at Thomas & Mack Center with President Steve Mills. Steve, congratulations. Big news with the Hezonja signing. Give us your impression of him now that he's here and what went into the decision.
We're really excited to have him. Obviously, Scott Perry was with him in Orlando and knew a lot about him. We scouted him extensively when we were drafting Kristaps Porzingis, but he has size, he has athleticism, he has a certain level of confidence in how he plays that I think fits with New York, and we feel like there's an opportunity for him to be a very good player with our team. So we're really excited.
And when you take a look at him and then the pieces that you've seen so far throughout these first couple of games with your new picks, how do you see it all coming together?
We think it should be a lot of fun. We can see ways that Knox and Mario can play together, and you know, we're here watching Mitchell Robinson sort of show some signs of things that he can do to really impact the game. And a lot of our veteran players are here. Trey is here, Tim Hardaway's here, Emmanuel's been here, Ron Baker, and all those guys are watching these young kids play and are really excited. It's great to see Frank start to feel a little bit more comfortable out on the floor, and so this has been a good. It's summer league, but it's good to see our young guys start to mature right in front of our eyes.
When you take a look at Knox and you take a look at Robinson, a lot of the talk is about how these guys have such tremendous upside, that they're so young and athletic. What goes into, from your perspective, that decision when you're making that choice, when you're buying into the upside of a player?
Well, we really spent a lot of time, in the case of Kevin Knox, I spent a lot of time watching him over the years. We've seen him play when he was in high school. We watched him play in Kentucky, and we just felt like what he could do at that program changed over the course of the season, and it became a little bit more aggressive offensively. And we just looked at the skill set that he has, the size, the athleticism, the shooting ability, and we sort of believed he had the ability to put the ball on the floor, which we're starting to see in Summer League. But we looked at all those components and we said, okay, this is an 18-year-old kid that fits perfectly into what we're trying to do, and we're willing to give him the time and the coaching and the room to develop into a very good NBA player.
One of the things that we continue hearing from these young players is that they want to make sure they're showing their versatility. They talk about being able to play different positions. Was that what you guys were looking for, that sort of versatility and being able to shift the guys all over the floor, with David Fizdale saying to Kristaps, hey, he could even play the three?
Well, that's when we interviewed coaches and we listened to different coaching philosophies, that's one of the things that intrigued us about David, and one of the reasons we selected him as the coach of the Knicks, that he was going to spread the floor, give everyone an opportunity to showcase their skills and play different positions and really just play basketball and motivate them and encourage them to sort of think outside of the box and push themselves to do things that maybe they didn't think they were capable of doing. So we're really excited about that opportunity.
Now that you've got a lot of your pieces coming together here, is there anything that's surprised you?
You know, Kevin's, the way he's playing has been we thought he would be good, and again, it's 2 games in the Summer League, but he's showing signs that he's ready to be an NBA player. And really, Mitchell Robinson has been away from the game so long, taking more than a year off and not having played any real competitive basketball, and just see some of the athletic things that he does on the floor, his ability to block shots, the timing that he has in terms of offensively, in terms of lobs and things like that. He's a really athletic, young, raw player, but he has an enthusiasm about the game and a great personality that I think is going to sort of grow here in New York.
How impressive is it in your mind for Robinson in particular to come into that second game, have a double-double, the way that he crosses the floor, blocks shots, but then his ability to sort of instinctually feel out the defense, especially given the fact that he hasn't played in so long and now he's up against so much more size than he's ever seen?
Well, it was good to see, and it was good to see how excited he was about being out there, even though before the game he told me he was going to have 10 blocks. So he didn't deliver on that, but he's that sort of energetic and enthusiastic about how he plays. But what was interesting is, for him to go out and play in a back-to-back, I don't know when the last time he played in a back-to-back game was. So to have the sort of energy and enthusiasm and be able to do those things on the floor were really exciting for us.
And speaking of that attitude, which I appreciate, 10 blocks, that's good. Hopefully he can carry that over into the regular season. But chemistry is so important to you. What can you say about that as you've selected these new pieces and the locker room chemistry that's developing here?
Well, it's really exciting. Our coaching staff is doing an excellent job. We've had 6 or 7 of our players working out on individual things up at the training center for a while now. They're starting to get to know each other. We've done things like Coach taking the group out to see Sicario, the movie, and us doing things together off the court. And the fact that all these guys came down here to Vegas to practice with the team early and to be around and support their teammates in the game. It'll be an opportunity for Mario to get to know some of the guys that he'll be playing with next year. So there's a camaraderie and a chemistry that is developing amongst this group that I think will be very good for us moving forward.
And before we let you go, Steve, now that you take a look at the roster, how much left is it on there when you go up and down that list that you might want to change or tweak or look at? How do you feel about it right now?
Well, I feel good about the roster. Mario was the important signing for us this summer. We have 16 players under contract. Not everyone's guaranteed. And if there's some opportunity to add another young player, we'll do that. But we feel good about the group that we have now.